I was literally sitting there going, oh God, like, who do I influence? How have I brought out the best in someone? Tom is the perfect example of me to go, we have shaped each other. We have been together for 22 years. We've been married for 20. And so I honestly don't know who I would be without his influence. And he doesn't know who I would be without my influence. And so to say, how did we bring out the best in each other? This is the perfect example. So I took my relationship with Tom, and then I literally ended up writing a formula that I'm going to lay out for you guys of how I think we've actually managed to navigate this without getting a divorce. Of course, that's the most important thing, because that's also very difficult when you're trying to influence someone. Okay, so the question is, like, why does this actually matter? And that's where I started with, because I was like, Brendan's very deliberate. You guys all may very know that he doesn't just throw out a topic for fun. I understand the power of this topic and I want people to teach it. So I started to really process, like, why does Brendan actually think bringing out the best in someone else matters? Because I actually thought, well, bring out the best in yourself first. And then I realized he's so damn smart, because we all know we are social creatures. We all love to socialize. I don't know if you've heard of that monkey experiment, where they actually had this whole experiment. They put like a monkey in a cage by itself, and it didn't have any like one-on-one contact with a human, but it had like these plastic monkeys that it could like interact with. And it started to get depressed, even though it had like these fake monkeys. It's because of the connection that monkeys have. And so if you just understand that, as humans, we are social people. And so when you're social, who are you, how are you showing up to be around people? Are you influencing them? Are you a positive impact? Are you a negative impact? And then ultimately, as humans, we all seek fulfillment. Now, we kind of throw that word around, but that is so damn true. Mother Teresa helped people because she found fulfillment in that. Everybody will show up, and I believe everyone will show up and really fight for that thing that makes them feel fulfilled. So that is why I think, to be honest, I can't think of a world where fulfillment doesn't include trying to elevate someone else. And so when I looked at why does this topic actually matter, I think it's that. I think it's that you truly can't achieve fulfillment without actually helping other people. So to me, that becomes the why, the North Star, that is so damn important. Now, why is there classes that we have to teach on it? Why is this not really easy? Why can we not all just like show up and do our thing? It's because most of us, do the things that we think we would want. So I can sit here and tell you all the things in ways that I would want you to elevate me, seek the best in me, but I don't know what you want. And so most of us end up giving the gift that we want, not the gift that the other person wants. So when we're trying to help people figure out the best in them, really help elevate them, we kind of just wing it. And we kind of think, oh, well, this is what I would want to do. So you step in there with the right agenda, just maybe different wrong, quote unquote, techniques. Also, the big thing is that people try to teach. In trying to elevate someone and trying to bring out the best in someone, you really feel like you're just, oh my God, I have the answer. And so what you do is you go into teacher mode and you don't go into inspiration mode. Now, if there's somebody who maybe at that moment doesn't want to be taught, but they're open to being inspired, you may have just lost the opportunity to actually make a difference in their life. And then let's also face it, I'm just always going to be real. No one wants the know-it-all that turns up saying, oh, well, this is what you should do. If you follow exactly what I say, then your life will be amazing. Right? People just switch off. So understanding that is a trap of why when we maybe try to help people, that we actually end up struggling. It's this conflict that we have with a person we're actually trying to help. Okay. So now the high level formula, and then I want to go into real freaking detail, because I do think that for me, I can always allow my emotions to get in the way of how I show up. So I need a very refined formula to help me navigate situations, especially when you're dealing with your partner, because the hope is that you've committed to your partner for the rest of your life. And so navigating this very thing could potentially mean having a great relationship, or it could potentially mean having some turmoil, which, we don't want that. So the high level formula that I've actually learned over the 20 years of being with Tom, there's actually 3 key things you guys must write down. Number 1, you must define what the best in someone means. Like, what does that actually mean? Because getting the best out of Lisa Bilyeu is not going to be the same as getting the best out of Tom Bilyeu. And it's not going to be the same as getting something out of you. So now people may go, well, getting the best, it's like, I want them to feel happy. What does that mean? Like, how do you actually judge whether you're working towards it or not? So you really, guys, have to define what the best means. Because I taught another class in GrowthDay about goal setting. If you don't actually have clarity on your goal, you're never going to be able to get there. So saying I want my friend or my partner to be happy and living their best life and being happy isn't a goal. So you have to get really defined. Step number one is you have to get really defined on what the best means. Number two, remember, it's about the other person. You're there to uplift them. It's not about you. And then number three is you need to establish rules of engagement of how you're going to actually elevate someone, because you may have the best intentions. You may have the best freaking intentions, guys. But when you're there in that moment, do you have rules of engagement of how you're going to approach situations? Because as you know, like in anything, in business, in relationships, there are going to come things which you didn't expect. And so how are you going to know how to show up? And so it's going to be a rules of engagement I'm going to share with you that I put together of the rules of engagement that I have. Okay, so those are the three things that you must remember as the high level formula. So now, define what the best means. I actually skipped a bit and I kind of got carried away. So I've already explained that. The formula of defining what the best is happy isn't a goal. It has to be you have to have utter clarity. You need to understand like your North Star and why this is absolutely universal. It's not that you're asking for something different. It's not that somebody else is looking for something different. The goal of fulfillment is universal in every single person. So I really do think the formula that I've put together is somewhat universal, but you're going to need to tweak it depending on the people and who you are and how you want to show up. But the formula for fulfillment is actually what I want to start with so that you see how this then feeds in to the rules of engagement. So the magic formula of fulfillment, I want you to write this down. Number one, you must work hard. Because let's face it, you can be given things. And the truth is, if you haven't actually worked hard, it doesn't have that fulfillment where, oh my God, I was once this person, I worked hard, and now I've progressed. The progression is what allows us to feel fulfilled. So you must work hard. Number two, you must actually turn that hard work into something you can use. So usually it's a skill set. So I'm going to work hard to build a skill set that has utility. And then number three, using that skill set that has utility, that serves others. Now, the reason why this is important is, as I broke down the fulfillment earlier, you can now start to see why having and really helping people get the best out of themselves is so impactful, not just on them. Because let me tell you, as much as I wish you going into this going, I'm going to help people. The truth is you have to fulfill yourself. So if you do not fulfill yourself, you're never going to be able to show up and bring out the best in someone else. So this fulfillment formula is for you. It's not for the other person. It's for you to go back to time and time again when you establish, I want to help this person. So you must work hard. You must work hard at something that gives you a skill set. That skill set then needs to be useful to the community in a way, this is the big thing, guys, in a way that excites you.
This can be your day for personal growth. This can be that day you committed to and you remember, you go, that was the day I got myself a community. I got better coaches. I committed to making my life the absolute best that I could. This is that day. Make today your growth day. Click the button on this page and sign up right now.